Now we're talking about how to protect your property in Arizona. Here to break it down for us is Andre Pennington with Pennington Law. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is going to be some interesting information. So let's start off with this question. What is probate?
Probate's the process when someone passes where their family has to go through the court system to help transfer the wealth to the family.
Okay, and so how much does probate cost?
Probate generally costs around somewhere in the range of like $10,000 on a simple probate, all the way to tens of thousands of dollars if there are questions or fighting or arguing.
Oh, wow, that could cost a pretty penny there.
It does. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the common mistakes that you see in probate?
Some of the common mistakes that I see that lead to probate is when someone goes online and tries to do like their own will, or they do their own trust. And they just make common mistakes such as like not understanding that you have to fund a trust, or they leave something out of a will that's very important.
Okay.
While they seem like little mistakes, they can be devastating in probate, sometimes taking years to figure out.
Really? That long? So they're really just thinking that they can handle this themselves, but it could end up costing them in the long run.
Well, I don't think it's a secret. People don't like lawyers generally very much.
Right, so, but if they're trying to save time and money, I mean, the best route to go is to a professional like yourself.
Right. So this is one of those things where you've worked your entire life to have assets. It's an opportunity to benefit your family when you're passing, so that they're getting it transferred to them. So it's kind of like one of these things, like, why would we take a shortcut on our life's work? What I found is clients really enjoy coming in and having peace of mind to know that their wealth and assets are protected, and more importantly, that their family, when they're going through one of their most difficult times, it's all going to be set in place to at least minimize that burden.
Yeah, that's true. You make a good point, because if you are waiting till after the fact, you're maybe in a different emotional state, right? So if you're planning beforehand, you're thinking clearly, and it's just probably a little more helpful.
Exactly. I see all kinds of emergencies pop up, and they're because of the moment, when you need to have control over something and you don't have it, and time's short. It's already a stressful situation, but it makes it sometimes unbearable for the families.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know you've touched on this a little bit, but how do you avoid probate?
You avoid probate by seeing an estate planning attorney who's experienced. Depending on the type of estate that you have, you may be doing a trust, you may be doing a will. You also need ancillary documents to have a smooth transition at end of life as well. So the first step is seeing an experienced estate planning attorney that knows what they're doing. Wow,
I mean, it sounds complicated, so I would definitely want to see an expert on this, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. You're so confused,
Yeah, unfortunately, I have a whole section in my office that's dedicated to fixing the mistakes on the back end. Unfortunately, it goes through the court to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's when you're comparing dollars for dollars, the money spent up front is worth its weight in gold.
All right. That is a good tip right there. Thank you for joining us this afternoon and sharing all of that valuable information. And if you want to learn more, you can go ahead and visit pennlawaz.com. Thanks.
Thank you.